Stardew Valley is one of the most relaxing games out there. You farm, fish, fall in love, maybe raise some cows. Maybe gift a daffodil to a villager who clearly hates it. You know, the usual. But beneath the cheerful pixel art and the laid-back vibes, there's something darker. Shadowy creatures, cryptic notes, an underground casino run by a man in blue who knows everything about you. This is the secret lore of Stardew Valley, from Mr. Chi to the void itself. Your journey begins with a familiar premise. You've burned out at a soul-sucking job at Joja Corporation. One day, you open a letter from your grandfather, urging you to escape, to start fresh on his old farm in Pelican Town. It sounds wholesome, hopeful, but here's where it starts to twist. Because Pelican Town isn't just sleepy, it's trapped in time. Everyone knows your grandfather. Some claim to have seen him after he supposedly died. The wizard implies your bloodline is special. And then there's the shrine, with your grandpa's ghost watching your every move. But we'll come back to him later. The choice you face is whether to support the town or sell it out to Joja. Joja Mart isn't just a grocery store. It's a megacorp that ruins ecosystems, exploits workers, and literally erases the magical Junimos if you side with them. Their reach extends beyond Pelican Town. They were your former employer, and they're building something in the desert too. Stardew doesn't treat Joja like a cartoon villain. It presents them like an unstoppable force, cold, soulless corporate. In one ending, they take over the entire valley, and nobody resists. Deeper into the mines, you begin to uncover traces of an ancient conflict. You meet the dwarf, the last of their kind, trapped behind debris. If you free him, he warns you about the shadow people. Who are they? Void spirits, Krobus, creatures born from darkness, literally labeled as monster types. But they're more complicated than they seem. Krobus, for example, is peaceful, kind, even spiritual. He lives in the sewer, cast out from his kind for believing in peace with humans. The wizard also mentions these shadow creatures, and he seems afraid of them. Why? Because the conflict wasn't between good and evil. It was a war between races, and humans won. Now the shadow people hide underground, and you slay them in droves without question. The wizard claims to protect the valley's balance. He gives you magical abilities. He communes with the forest spirits. But his past is shady. He used to be married to the witch, a powerful figure who curses children and haunts the dark shrines in the woods. Together, they dabbled in forbidden magic. The witch fled, and now she lives in a swamp surrounded by cursed artifacts, watching you from afar. And the wizard? He lives alone, spying on the town through a crystal ball, and possibly fathered Abigail. Yeah, he never confirms it, but the hair color says it all. So who's the real threat? Now we get to the most mysterious part of Stardew Valley. You meet him for the first time in the Calico Desert, inside the oasis, through a hidden back door, inside a literal casino. To enter, you need a club card, which you get by completing a secret quest where he stalks you from the shadows and leaves cryptic messages around town. Mr. Chi is unsettling. He knows everything about you. He tests you constantly. He watches how you live. His messages are weirdly philosophical, encouraging perfection, pushing limits, asking you to prove your worth. Then there's Chi's Walnut Room on Ginger Island, a futuristic chamber filled with blue lighting and tasks that reset forever. Some believe Mr. Chi isn't human at all, that he's an entity watching from beyond reality. He's obsessed with control, with balance, with testing. And the rewards he gives? They're godlike. Permanent buffs, infinite money, cosmic hats. He doesn't just watch the game, he runs it. Late game, you can acquire something called a void egg. At first, it seems like a joke, but it hatches into a void chicken. Void energy is tied to Krobus, the mines, the deeper skull caverns, and something older than everything else in the game. There's also a strange doll item, a cursed object that screams when thrown into the fire, and letters signed with a question mark, asking you to complete increasingly bizarre tasks. The deeper you go, the more it feels like something is watching from below. Everything in Stardew Valley resets every day. Villagers repeat routines. Monsters respawn. Grandpa judges your progress on a set schedule. The more time passes, the more it feels like a loop. Some fans believe you're trapped in a cycle, one orchestrated by Mr. Chi, or perhaps the wizard. Maybe you're part of an experiment. Maybe the farm isn't an escape, it's a test. Why does Grandpa come back as a ghost? Why does he rate your life? Why do people never age? Why does perfection matter so much? So is Stardew Valley just a cute farming game? Sure, on the surface. But if you start asking questions, digging deeper, reading between the pixels, you'll find shadows in the forest, voices in the mines, a man in blue who knows all your secrets, and a valley that isn't as peaceful as it seems. Maybe the real question isn't, what is Stardew Valley? Maybe it's, why were you brought here in the first place? Did you notice any creepy details in Stardew I didn't mention? Drop your theories in the comments, subscribe for more gaming lore, and as always, stay out of the witch's hut at night.